In recent decades, a boom in cashew cultivation has taken place in Ghana, leading to the replacement of most of the other crops, especially in the BronAhafo region. As a result, the country is currently one of the largest producers of raw cashew nuts, and the cashew sector has acquired enormous importance to the Ghanaian economy. The effect of this cashew boom on habitat fragmentation and biodiversity is, however, yet to be assessed. District Director of Agriculture for Techima North District, Mr. Paul Tolong, tells me that though the switch to cashew cultivation is positive, strong dependence on the single cash crop could lead to the shortage in other food crops if not checked.
Cashew production is catching up with a lot of our farmers, not only Techima North, but the whole of the BronAhafo region, stretching up to the north. And because of the ready market, and then the way in which the market is just available immediately after harvesting, they don't need to do any other processing because the marketing is right at the farm gate. Then they just pick and sell. So it's pushing a lot of our farmers to go into cashew production. So the available piece of land that is there is all being put under cashew production. Every day, every morning you get up during the rain season. When people are going to farm, you see them carrying cashew seedlings. Even if the person has 1 acre, half an acre, he wants to put cashew inside them.
Is that not a good news? Seeing people getting into the ones it has a ready market?
That is good news, but it should not be at the expense of the food crops like maize, like cassava, like yam. We are noted for production of all these crops. But now, if the cashew take over all these lands, then it becomes a big challenge for us. And so eventually what will happen is that it will come to a time we will not get the land where we can produce the food we are eating. That means we should be importing.
Mr. Tolon, however, have a recommendation capable of helping tackle the situation.
We need to look at another alternative way. For example, during a Farmers' Day, I recommend to some of them, can we do double spacing? So that in between the cashew trees, we can still produce some beans, some small cassava, some maize to feed on that one. And we can still have some few trees on the land. For example, instead of recommended, let's say 40 trees per acre, we limit it to 20 trees per acre. Then we have spaces in between where we can still produce the food that we want to feed our nation with. But if not, eventually, we'll have to be importing, and importing from where I don't know, because the food basket of the country is right from the Ashanti up to the northern sector. So if everything is going under cashew production, then it tells you where we are heading towards. But it's a good idea. It's giving us the money. But let's not forget, some of the cocoa grow areas are having the pinch. When it is the cocoa season, they make the money. And they have to move far to buy food, very expensive food, and go back there. And when it's off-season, the struggle that they go through over there is not easy. So this should be a lesson for us that no, we shouldn't toe that line. Let's look at other alternatives. We can still get our cashew and still produce some food crops on the same piece of land for us.
When you say double spacing, what exactly do you mean by that?
For example, now we are recommend about 10 meters by 10 meters. And that gives us about 40 trees in an acre. So we do double spacing. That means we are spacing about 20 meters by 20 meters. So they have enough space in between the trees. Because the other crops also need sunshine. And you know, these cashew trees, when the ground become big, the canopy covers. The more it covers, no crop can grow under them. But if the space is opened, enough, at least we have some space in between where we can still have enough sunshine to grow other crops for our consumption.
As the head of agric in this area, do you give such advice to farmers before they...
Yes, we have been telling them that this is another alternative that we can do, and I'm happy the field we are looking at is doing a similar thing. You see the spacing, looking at this cashew and the other one, it's a double spacing something. Looking at this one and the other tree is double spacing. So at least for some time, I can still be producing something in between the center here for the family to consume.
Until farmers within this part of the country heed to this call from experts, the possible shortage of other food crops from the BronAhafo region is inevitable. Reporting for Joy News, Anas Sabit, Ufuman.